Okay. Well, I would speak personally, I think for both of us. I mean, many people are our generation, I think, just grew up with watching Toonami and stuff like that. It kind of got into the whole anime space. Not just that, but a lot of us grew up with Nintendo classic hits just growing up. So the GameCube was huge and the N64 was huge. So we kind of had that backbone. But a lot of people tend to grow out of that phase. And I think video games are kind of for children. And we never kind of grew out of it. We always thought it's more than just a children thing. It's a great outlet. Whenever I've been stressed, I know video games have helped me a lot. I know it's helped you a lot. Anime has helped me a lot too when I've been really down in the dumps, and helps cheer me up. And it just paints a really good story that I don't see much in shows nowadays. So I never really have left that space. So to make Panic Brothers and not talk about video games and anime is just completely stupid, because that's our personality. That's who we are. If we didn't talk about it, we're lying to ourselves.
Yeah. It literally shaped us.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I mean, this is mad personal, I guess, but I didn't have like a ton of friends growing up. So like my mother also, even if I did have friends, my mother wouldn't let me out of the house.
Yeah.
So she was like, "You're coming straight home." So I would go like straight home, or I have a babysitter, right? And at the babysitter's house, it was just all women, and like it was just like I just want to play video games. Like so, like literally, if I would go straight home, the only thing I had for me at home was like Mario or like Dragon Ball Z game or like anything. Like it literally shaped me. So like sometimes when I literally say like I took a class at my college, which was the same college as Zeke. But there was a class where we were talking about, we had like an opportunity to talk about any company, but we had to give like an in-depth analysis of this company as to why they started, how they're doing, what's their main source of revenue, this, that, and the third. And I decided to do a company that I was about to start working at that following summer. But then someone else started talking about Nintendo. And he came up and talked about Nintendo, and I was
like, you were just like, I wish that was me.
First of all, I wish it was me. Like, why didn't I think of that? And two, I'm like, this is gonna be a good 10 minutes.
You're like, all right, let me strap on it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna relax, and this is gonna be good. And like at the end of it, the professor was like he's like, apparently he never heard of Nintendo, or maybe if he did, it was like very little.
Okay.
So he's like, so why do you pick this? Like, it's so interesting. Why did he pick this? I never heard of this. And that last slide was the entire cast of just like Nintendo characters. And he was like, professor, like, I'm not gonna lie, like he said the same thing I just said. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I would go straight home and play Nintendo. He didn't say that. He said, this is literally my family.
Oh man.
Like, and he said that, and I was like, wow, I relate to that so hard. Like I didn't have a big family. I didn't have like a ton of friends. I go home and it was just Mario was there for me, bro. And I was just like, this is my homie. This is like my son. Like,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because like Zeke asked, like, why exactly is Panic Brothers kind of circled around that? How did you guys get to that point? That's a good example, because look what happens when people do that. Look at that kid who did take the step and said, I'm going to talk about Nintendo because it means a lot to me. Someone in the crowd, you, was like, I mean, yeah, it's the same for me. How come I didn't think of that? A lot of us have passions for this stuff and think it shouldn't be a passion. When people talk about what are your passions, people stray away from saying video games or anime because it sounds like a leisure activity. Like, oh, that can't be a real passion.
Yeah.
But people are passionate about it. And if Panic Brothers can be an outlet where we show that passion, that helps other people emit the same passion and talk about that topic. Without us, or people like us, people will always think that anime and video games are just things you pick up as a kid and you're never supposed to talk about again. A taboo.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that we show our passion for that in everything we do in Panic Brothers.